What up, everyone? Welcome to night one of the NFL draft. Joined with I.
Joined with by and always alongside of you, it is I, the voice of generations, Mark Wahlberg. It is draft day. I'm Kevin Costner.
Fuck that film.
Yeah, it's terrible. It's absolutely terrible.
And we
I had to see that movie, I think, 2 or 3 times. I watched it once, it sucked. I mentioned it to Box. We decided to do a Hollywood hangout on it, which meant I had to watch it again, which I guess the joke was ultimately on me at that point. Because I thought it would be fun to make fun of it, but then said I just had to watch the draft day for an hour and a half. But Cheese also was on that episode, so he suffered as well.
hope to be joined by Cheese towards the back end of the night. And we're also going to have a little special tonight. Do you want to tell them about it, Mark?
Well, the plan in theory, let's see how the execution works. But we tentatively, the goal is to do a bit of a simulcast. Luke will be on Total Appropriate Team Sports, and I will be running the wrestling outlet. So it'll be kind of a double dose of our nonsense.
And I'm pretty sure it'll be my first time ever speaking to Box.
This is true. This is true.
So that will be cool. We are 7 minutes out from the start of the draft, and the NFL Network are blazing fucking Travis Hunter and Shador Sanders. Did you see this bullshit that Travis Hunter has two different draft cards?
I sort of heard something about that. I heard that like multiple teams were preparing different like cards. I guess that would be the draft cards of like how they're going to announce him positionally speaking. Oh yes, okay. Let me fix that. Give me a second.
I'll see if I can find a picture of it real quick.
The circus organ should be gone. Hopefully. So you're watching the NFL Network version. I believe I'm watching the ESPN version. Just, it's hard to tell sometimes what channel my legal television is turned to. In the meantime, in the meantime, we'll look at some scores here. Detroit is down 3-2 in the playoffs. Panthers are up 1-0 Tampa Bay in the second, and 0-0 Toronto and Ottawa at the end of the first. Trying to like post offensive comments here or on Wrestling Outlet, both, or either or. So just pick your poison. Do as you wish. Still got about 5 minutes left.
That's what I was talking about. They've got a wide receiver one and a corner one for him. So
Interesting.
some unknown reason. Whilst Mark is away, I will also say I don't know how this will work when the switch over to Wrestling Outlet happens, but I do have a ticker for the bottom of the screen with all which eventually will contain hopefully all of the picks for the night. I have a 1,000 character limit. Hopefully that'll be enough to fit in all 32 picks.
We shall see. It should be fine, especially if you just use first initial and then last name.
That would help. Thanks for the idea.
Yeah, no worries. No worries. Yeah, I'm unfortunately probably going to be popping in and out fairly often because it is a little bit early on my end. The dog is still very much hyper, so I kind of just have to pay attention to what he's doing, make sure he's not destroying shit.
But we are within 3 minutes of the expected start time. Everyone
For
knows.
8 to 9 before the actual pick is turned in, even though everybody already fucking knows.
I was just going to say, even though we all know that it's Cam Ward, over under 8 minutes, 15 seconds on how long it takes Tennessee to actually turn the card in.
Ooh. How many do they get maximum first round nowadays?
10 minutes.
10 minutes. I'm going to go slightly under the 8:15. Like, I think it's going to be in that 8-minute range, but I think it's going to be like 8:03, 8:07, somewhere around there.
I was thinking the exact same thing.
Yeah, and you know, the same rumors are that the Bears are trading up to pick 5. I've seen a bunch of different people, but it's also people that, as far as I can tell, are like kind of just on the fringe of the NFL, like insiders, kind of bracket, I guess, lack of a better word. I'm trying to think of. It's not like it's essentially not very reputable people, so you just sort of take it with a grain of salt. Like there's no like Adam Schefter coming out and saying that that's what he thinks is going to happen or that's what he's been hearing. It's just a bunch of, like I said, fringe people that are saying it may or may not happen. There's been apparently a bunch of people that say that they're open to trading, but you kind of have to hit that sweet spot of somewhere between, I would say, 2 to 4. Because it fucking Jacksonville, I would imagine that they're trying to undercut Jacksonville. They're trying to undercut people who are going to be looking at Jenny. Because I don't think you're going to be able to trade to get Abdul Carter. I think that is a bit too lofty. But then you still have to give up quite a bit to go from 10 to 3 or 4.
I've seen everything from Jacksonville trying to trade up to pick 2 for Travis Hunter to then trying to trade into the 20s. So I wouldn't exactly take anything to do with Jacksonville seriously until they're actually on the clock.
This is true. Apparently, I'm seeing a tweet here that also says the Browns are believed to be cooking up something at number 2. So it says teams are calling, they're listening, strap in.
Am I the only one not excited over Travis Hunter?
I mean, it sort of depends. Because, essentially, he's not going to be able to do both, not at least regularly speaking. Because what I was hearing that was kind of interesting, and I guess it's kind of common sense, but a lot of people aren't really applying it because they're just more in love with the story than the actual logic behind it. It takes a lot of hard work and effort and dedication to be prepared on game day, come game day, regardless for just one position. Because if you're a wide receiver, you got to focus on what routes you're running, what the defense you're playing is doing, so on and so forth. And then you flip that, and if you're playing corner, you have to pay attention to what the opposing team's wide receivers are doing, what their tendencies on offense are, so on and so forth. You would have to be studying twice as hard, twice as long, twice as often. You'd have 2 different assignments. To be expected to do that on a regular basis is just seemingly not feasible.
He's probably going to be a corner and have a few janky formations on offense.
Right. That seems like the most logical, but then I was also seeing people saying that he's gonna be a wide receiver, so who knows? I mean, like full-time wide receiver. True says fire department will stop allowing more people onto the draft stage. They're going to ride if Green Bay trades out of the first.
I know they stopped letting people in to Detroit last year as well.
This is these people kept getting robbed. I mean, yeah, you could be excited for Travis Hunter. It's just a matter of like, do you expect him to be a good wide receiver? Do you expect him? Because like he's not going to be able to be a really good multi-position player. This is not happening.
Not a chance.
But I've also seen a lot of people say that he's like one of the top wide receivers in the class, one of the top cornerbacks in the class. So you could be excited for him in that, one of those positions. And especially with Cleveland apparently needs both. So.
If he was exclusively a corner, he'd probably be a late first round pick. If he was exclusively a receiver, he'd be a day 2 pick. The only reason he's this high is because he has the ability to play both.
Yeah.
A light show in the audience suggesting this week could be underway any second. And Roger Goodell is riding a bicycle.
Oh, but of course. Is there any other way to start a draft?
Exactly true, North.
They'll let Travis Hunter play a few snaps on both sides of the ball, but he won't play both positions. Yeah, exactly. I would like to know why he's riding a bicycle.
Because there's a tradition in Green Bay of players riding kids' bikes to practice.
Ah, very well. Very well.
And here comes the commissioner to the podium.
Man against nature, doing battle with.
I do not have the volume on, but I'm assuming that he's being booed.
Yep.
All right, very good.
And I've got the volume very low, just loud enough that I can hear it, but quiet enough that it hopefully doesn't bleed through.
We shall see.
If it starts to bleed through, please let me know.
Yeah, I don't hear anything at the moment.
Cool. Okay, get on with it. Some random chant going through the crowd.
And now Detroit is up on New York. 43-39, 6:15 left in the second.
Yep, a chant of go pack go.
I'm not sure if you ever mentioned this or not. Have you ever actually been?
To Green Bay?
Yes, the stadium.
No.
I remember you were in
No.
Detroit, but I didn't know if you made that part of your excursion or not.
No, I didn't.
Dreamer says, Auto Lane on a bike is the most thug thing ever. No issues with sound.
Yeah, that definitely is Little Wayne.
Mm-hmm. Big Wayne is nowhere to be found.
Okay, shut the fuck up, Clay. I'm not sure if you're ahead or behind.
I am assuming I am behind.
Then do you want me to hold up on calling out the picks?
Nah, you can go ahead.
Okay.
I mean, that's always kind of the problem that you run into anyway, is that no matter what happens, somebody's always behind somebody else. So I figure just go ahead and do it as close to in real time as humanly possible. That way, anybody that's listening and watching can get as closer to their experience.
Cool.
Yeah, because like at this moment right now, buddy has just now started talking.
The Tennessee Titans are on the clock.
How the fuck were they not already? They should have just
Oh,
already been on the clock. It's 8 o'clock right now. They should have been on the clock for 8 minutes already.
yeah, but Goodell decided to fuck around and waste time.
It's always excessively long. I mean, I knew it would be, but just saying, it is always excessively long. But I mean, back in the day, it used to be able to like start on a Saturday and just be like the first 3 rounds Saturday, and the rest on Sunday. So it used to be fucking super duper long. Chinra says it was important to have Clay Matthews say that the Bears suck. I mean, the record does that. You don't need Clay Matthews to take 5 minutes, 10 minutes of time fucking filibustering. I'm looking forward to hearing them like when it's their turn to draft, whenever that ultimately ends up being. There's gonna be a fucking shit ton of booze, I would imagine. So that'll be fun.
Sorry about that.
No worries. Okay. Just to see how much the lag is, right about now it says 8:35 left for the Titans.
You're about 35 seconds behind me.
Fucking
Because as you were saying that it hit 8 minutes.
Well, I'm on the ESPN stream, so I think that's about the best I'm going to be able to do.
Sorry
As
about
far as
that.
I know, they're not showing it on ESPN Plus because that would be, worth your money. I mean, it's all
Well,
bundled in with like the Hulu and the Disney Plus and all that shit, but like ESPN Plus as its own standalone service is the most fucking useless thing I've found.
they're on the brink of wasting 3 minutes, and they aren't even on the phone to Cam Ward yet.
For fuck's sake.
This is the one pick that pisses me off every year.
I mean, some years I get it because some years I can see the idea of like maybe you don't know or maybe you're just holding off for the last minute trade, but like nobody's trading up to one and you know who you're getting. So just go ahead and fucking say the name
even if you are trying to decide between someone, you're pick number one. You know you've been pick number one since like December, January time. What is an extra 10 minutes gonna do to help in that evaluation?
That is true.
At 6:10, they are finally on the phone to who I assume will be Cam Ward. As we have live pictures from inside the Titans war room. The last time these picked first overall, it was back when they were still the Houston Oilers.
Nice.
We have passed the halfway point, and the pick is still not in. Pick is in, so we got the under.
Oh, well, yeah, that's what I thought it was. I guess I'd be slightly under, but it's actually they're a little bit closer to being more on their shift than I thought they would be.
Yeah. They took about 6 minutes to get that in. Cleveland on, yes, we indeed are on air. Cleveland on the clock, and I could really see anything here. Trade down or Travis Hunter.
I'm assuming he was referring to the dead air, and to which I say, fuck you, this is free. A lot more professionalism, that's what the sponsorships come. and I know that is cheese, so still, fuck you. Shouldn't you be like working right now? You have fucking rum and cokes to make. Get on your shit, sir.
Do your job for what you're mediocrely paid.
Just making sure you know, because it was I turned it on, it was silent for the first 15 seconds.
And here comes the commissioner. To the surprise of absolutely no one, the first overall pick is Cam Ward. Quarterback out of Miami.
And several other places. We jumped around a lot to get there.
Yeah.
Trina says Ottawa 1, Gay Pirates 0. Sad times from the Gay Pirates.
Playing the gay pirate, he's a gay pirate, find a hole in the wall on my knees.
Well, I guess technically speaking, Florida is the one with the 1-0 advantage on the Gay Pirates because Toronto is playing Ottawa.
We have a trade to announce.
Don't say.
Jacksonville have traded up to the number 2 pick.
Fuck you, Jacksonville. Eat shit. Well, actually, hold on. Maybe don't eat shit. Let's see who they take first. If they want to have people call everything's fine. No one has to die. We shall see, though. They traded up. They clearly know what they want, and it's still somehow going to take all of the remaining 6 minutes.
But if anyone is just joining us, Cam Ward is the first pick of the 2025 NFL Draft, and Jacksonville are on the clock after trading up to pick 2. Jacksonville get a 2nd overall pick, a 4th round pick this year, and a 6th round pick this year. Cleveland get number 5 overall. Jacksonville's 2nd round pick this year, their 4th round pick this year, and a 2026 1st round pick.
Ooh, that is an awful. That seems like a lot. Yeah. Sure, it says rumors are that Jacksonville has a bigger boner for Hunter than they have for the Hawk 2.
Well, we'll find out in the next few minutes, as they still haven't turned the card in.
I am mildly surprised that Deion Sanders, one of the members of that Colorado team, didn't have their own fake cryptocurrency. Well, I guess calling it fake cryptocurrency is redundant.
Yeah. You're a rapper, not a prospect, little Wayne. Get out the green room.
He wants to be part of the team. Just a very supportive man. I guess all the rumors about fucking Cleveland wanting to trade turned out to be true.
Yep. And they got a nice haul to do so.
Indeed.
The worst part is, Lil Wayne was there having pictures with Travis Hunter. Dude, he probably has a phone call to pick up.
Just keeps knocking the phone out of his hand. Like, hey, no, take a picture.
How funny would it be if Jacksonville traded up and failed to turn the pick in on time?
That'd be fucking amazing. Actually, now the more that I think about it, Jacksonville trading up doesn't really make sense if they're going to take Genty anyways, or at least not to second.
No.
So it's probably Hunter.
And the Jacksonville pick is in. What? The fucking Khan family there, jumping up and down, celebrating.
Tony Khan's dad and his ridiculous mustache. Fucking love that mustache.
Yep. The best part
depending
is,
on the way
no one was talking to him there. They were all in their own group, and he was off on his own in the corner.
He just likes to hang out in the corner and watch. That's how he gets So yeah, Jacksonville gets a 2nd overall, 4th overall, 4th round, 6th round. Browns get 5th, 2nd, and 4th round. Whew. And allegedly, the Jaguars' pick is in, so we shall see in just a moment.
This part pisses me off as well. You have to pick him for about 2.5 minutes before Goodell comes out and announces it.
So maybe what happened was I was watching the Rich Eisen show, and apparently it's become a long-running tradition for the NFL draft coverage to go to commercial break as soon as it's time for Jacksonville. So maybe they were just trying to get ahead of the curve. Travis Hunter wearing a pink suit, or at least a pink jacket, not a full-on suit.
Very quickly before he actually announces a pick, because he's talking about some random bullshit again. Here are the exact details of the trade.
Very nice, very nice. The filibuster
Yeah.
continues.
Bit of an overpay, especially if it is for Travis Hunter.
Yeah, good for Cleveland. Depending on how this shit shakes out, Cleveland could, if they really wanted to get risky with it, fucking get a little bit more currency. Depending on how much further they want to go back.
They're having Alec Armstead announced a pick after winning the Walter Payton Man of the Year award.
It's a very long face.
Dude, get on with it.
Anytime now, anytime now, anytime now.
Get on with it. Yep, it's Travis Hunter.
Good for him. And I don't have it all written down as to who picked who. But I will say I feel like this still counts as a correct point for everybody. No one had the Jacksonville Jaguars trading, but it's still the same player, so it still counts. It's kind of funny if you think about it. Like all the hype just for it to go down is still exactly the same way everybody thought it would, just with a different team.
Yeah.
Now he's dancing.
The draft hats have been getting so much worse over recent years.
What I find particularly interesting is there is what I would describe as a metric fuck ton of artificial plants in that green room, which really doesn't make much of any sense. It seems like an unnecessary expense. I haven't seen this year's hats, not from most teams anyway. Some of them are alright. Jacksonville one's not that bad. Toronto with the goal.
Yep.
So let's see what do we got. What do we got? Fucking I had ESPN open to see this fucking playoff scores, and they immediately replaced it with the draft ticker. Oh, there it is.
Just got a message in the group chat, even from Matt, saying Jags just fucked themselves.
Yeah, so it's 1-1. Maple Leafs 1, Senators 1.
Assume it's probably going to be Abdul Carter next for the Giants.
One would imagine. Unless there's another trade.
Nothing has come through on that yet.
I don't think the Giants will. I think the Patriots might. But the Giants are also kind of interesting because the Giants could do a couple of different things. Presumably it's Carter, but who knows?
And the Giants pick is in. Now to wait 3 minutes to find out who it actually is. As I update the ticker and get the Giants on it. Random Travis Hunter footage. This guy is overrated.
It'd be amazing if they snuck that into the graphic. Like, why
The,
does he
la-
cornerback overrated?
the last time a team traded into the top two for a non-quarterback was back in 1997.
Nearly 30 years.
I seriously hope the Giants fucking dirt this. Dup,
You hope that
dup, 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 dup. Do you think there's anything the Giants GM and head coach could do at this point to save their jobs?
probably not. I mean, usually the move. Hey, look who's here.
Charlie!
You. So usually, like, people end up trying to do the coach GM thing to save their jobs. They usually draft a quarterback, but not really sure that drafting like fucking Shedeur Sanders would be enough to save anybody's job.
Add that to the ticker. As they officially don't fuck it up.
There it is. Very good. She says bomb ass head might help them keep their jobs. It never hurts.
It's probably their one chance.
Mm-hmm.
What world is this where the Giants make the sensible pick?
Well, I mean, in this round, I'm sure there's plenty of they'll find a way to fuck it up in the later rounds.
I'm looking forward to see how Vegas start it.
Plus, I mean, they have Russell Wilson as their quarterback, so they're still going to find a way to fuck things up.
Battle between Russell Wilson and Jameis Winston. I'd honestly go with Jameis.
Mm-hmm.
At
Jameson
least
just
he's
has.
at least he's somewhat enjoyable. At least he'll make it entertaining to watch.
Well, he has the power of God on his side, so that's always kind of a wild card.
Isn't Russell Wilson massively religious as well? Oh,
I believe so, but like Jameis Winston is like Tim Tebow level religious. Russell Wilson is more just sort of a little bit more quiet, reserved. Jameis Winston's basically closing his eyes, throwing the ball, and just expecting God to put it where it needs to be. She says, God and crab legs.
just goes to show how good Mike Evans is that he managed to have multiple 1,000-yard seasons with Jameis Winston.
Mm-hmm. Fucking of all things to steal crab legs. Because you can't even really make the case of like I need to eat. Like you can't steal luxury items if you're hungry.
Yeah. Of all things.
Yeah, you gotta like kind of keep it in the Aladdin mode of like stealing bread, maybe steal some cheese.
Yeah. But no, you go for the fucking bourgeois shit.
Let's see. I don't know about you. For some reason, the on the clock graphic is not showing up.
Apparently, Travis Hunter says he's already spoken with both offensive and defensive coordinator for Jacksonville, as New England's pick is in.
Fuck. True.
I know I had this as well, Campbell. I don't remember what you gave them.
I want to say Membu. I'm relatively sure I had Membu.
I almost forgot to put the ticker back up. Well, no, I didn't almost forget. I did fucking forget.
I mean, it seems like tackle's the choice here, but it's just a matter of like who do they have as their highest rated player. Kind of that can fluctuate. Because I was hearing people say with Campbell that like people are obviously locked in on the fact that his arms aren't as long as the other prospects, but then some people are also saying that his production isn't quite what you wanted either. So, but I mean, take that with a grain of salt because you're basically everyone's just looking for a reason to not take someone.
What time are you? What time is the crossover due to start?
A little less than an hour from now. Because I didn't really have a finite time, but we start at 9:30 my time, and it's currently 8:37 my time.
Mike Vrabel, that in the New England War Room on the phone. He's the commissioner. Yep, they overlooked the quote-unquote arm size.
Pretty interesting. I feel like that was the first one that wasn't necessarily like completely chalk. Like that was the first one that was like kind of up in the air as to what might happen.
Now this next one is truly a wild card.
Come on, Cleveland. Trade again. Get that draft capital. Although if they're gonna charge fucking Chicago the same thing they're trying to charge Jacksonville, go ahead and keep that shit. I don't know if a first round pick next year is worth the running back. Fuck that. Fuck that shit. Unless it happens, and then I rescind everything I just said. True North says they drafted Rhino from TNA because of the baby arms. I'm not gonna lie, it's super.
Does Box have the link?
Shit, he sent me. Oh, he sent me the stream. So let's see.
I don't think that would work.
Yeah, no, I know. That could be a problem.
They're interviewing Will Campbell, and he's in tears.
Somebody's going to have to hand him a tissue. He's not going to be able to reach for. I mean, it does kind of have to suck. I mean, not super, but it's got to suck a little bit to be like you worked really hard in college, and it's like it's your big moment to get drafted, and like everybody spends just an abundant amount of time just basically making fun of you for having short arms. And like he has the production. He fucking played in the SEC. He went against top competition.
Absolutely. Cleveland's pick is in. Watch them do something stupid and take Shador.
Well, shit. Thanks for nothing, Cleveland.
What?
I said, well, shit. Thanks for nothing, Cleveland. They decided to not trade, which appears to be the case.
No, the pick is in. That's why I've got them now on the ticker at the bottom. Ew. Shut the fuck up, Daniel Jeremiah. Go to the commissioner. If it wasn't obvious, I'm playing that whenever Goodell walks out.
Okay, Mason Campbell, huh?
Huh?
Or not Mason Graham. I said Mason Campbell, but not Mason Graham.
Yep, the defensive tackle out of Michigan. Jim Harbaugh must be so proud. I'm trying to tell if he's on the brink of tears.
No, he looks pretty happy.
Yeah.
Especially now that he knows how much other draft capital Cleveland has, it seems like a less shitty place to be.
Pardon, I caught about half of that.
I said, especially now that he knows the kind of draft capital Cleveland has, it seems like a less shitty place to be.
Yeah. And it looks like the Raiders pick is already in.
Just go ahead and preemptively do this. Boo.
Granted, I'm assuming their pick is in based on information I'm getting from friends on Discord, but
Because I'm a little bit behind you, but I still haven't seen anything yet.
No, it only has them listed as on the clock.
Delaying the inevitable, apparently.
I'm gonna keep the Raiders running at the bottom unless something actually happens, though. I think it's everyone's favorite hockey drop.
Seconds mark, so we have to drop one Kanye West from one.
Yep. Now the pick officially is in.
I mean, I'm not conflicted. The Senators drop is very good, but the Avalanche drop has just become the staple.
The first pick of the Pete Carroll era.
Fuck you Raiders,
Yeah.
fuck you Raiders, fuck you Raiders, and fuck you Raiders.
They take Aston Genting.
I'm just gonna go ahead and block every one of the people that claim to be experts on Bears Twitter.
And if you're counting the Travis Hunter pick and Mason Graham as 2 and 5 and not Jacksonville and Cleveland, I believe that's the first pick I got incorrect.
Not the very first one, because everybody had Cam Ward.
I said incorrect.
Oh, incorrect. I'm sorry.
Because I had Ward 1, Hunter 2, Carter 3, Campbell 4, Graham 5.
Yeah, it'd be 3 out of 5 right now. Or no, 3 out of 3. 3 right, 3 wrong. 3 out of 6.
I'm pretty sure what fucking Saquon did last year blew up the value of that position.
Oh yeah, this is kind of reactionary. I mean, they're saying he's really, really good, but it is a little bit reactionary to go super high on a running back.
As Matt is asking Smart in the group chat not to break his headphones.
Yeah, that's about the best I can do. I need these for later. I can't break.
And niche comment back to when I broke mine after Green Bay picked Lucas Van Ness.
That's right.
I think it was the Van Ness pick.
It certainly was.
Ah.
I know because I edited in that video to the Tom Grazing clip that Matt had showed us.
Awesome.
And it was definitely the Lucas Van Ness one because you spent a lot of time pre-pick saying how much there was basically anybody but Van Ness.
Cool.
And I have a anybody but I'm not going to say it because I'm not trying to jinx myself.
Will you tell us who the anyone but is afterwards?
Absolutely. Or if they get picked beforehand.
Well, the Jets pick is in.
And depending on who the Jets pick, this might become a real fucking dark timeline for Bears fans.
I would have to guess probably the tackle out of what school does he come out of?
Missouri.
Yeah,
If you're talking about member is Missouri.
yeah, I'm talking about Missouri. Not yet. Not yet announced. Brandon Perner of That's Good Sports and That's Good Broncos is fucking livid at the Raiders picking Gente.
I mean, it seemed like it was going to happen. It seemed like the only thing that could potentially change was be that if somebody was going to trade up, but Broncos would have to give up so much to get to where, to get ahead of them.
Oh yeah. I don't think he's pissed off the Broncos not getting Gente. I think he's pissed off he's going to have to face him twice a year.
Yeah, I mean, that's true. Combination of both, I would imagine, though, because I think he was hopeful, not necessarily predicting it, but just he would have been happy with it. I seem to remember him talking about that a little bit.
I did see a video he put out a few days ago where he discussed the prospect of Denver trading up for Gente, but I don't remember exactly what he said about it.
Yeah. I've watched so much fucking pre-draft coverage that everything's starting to blend together to me.
This is probably the least prepared I've been for a draft.
That's the kind of funny contrast. Everything is like a lot of people are saying this is like just sort of a general overall kind of a weak draft class. They're drafting more so for just kind of starters and not necessarily like blue chip franchise type players. But just oddly enough, it's also the one that I've been the most intrigued by. Because I think because of that, like there's a lot of people that can go to a lot of different places.
There's a lot of people that's going to get a hell of a lot more money than they would in any other draft. The camera seems focused on Will Johnson, the corner from Michigan. I'm not sure if that is any indication that the Jets have gone in that direction. I highly, highly doubt it. Although, as a division rival, I would find it hilarious. He's fucking wearing sneakers. Roger Goodell is wearing sneakers.
I look at him being hip.
And True North was indeed correct.
Well, there you go. I think it's pretty good for them. It's a pretty good tackle. Everything I've seen. Anyway.
Yeah, he's going to at least, I think, be a starting level right tackle. Next up is Carolina on the clock. And their pick is already in.
Good for them.
They must have ran that card up to the podium. Might help if I could spam. This is probably either going. This is a question for you, Mark.
Okay. Take a look at it. So am I clicking the section? I don't know.
I believe that is probably the only way it's going to work. Unfortunately.
I'm gonna see. I mean, I might be able to run the link that Box created.
Yeah, but you wouldn't be able to be in two studios at the same time.
Huh.
Of course, you could easily run it, but you wouldn't be able to run it while still on here.
Would I not just be able to refresh?
I don't believe so. I think you can only be in one studio at a time. What I'll say, Cheese, is I imagine it's probably the same length, assuming we're still on. Let's go with that.
Yeah, I'm trying to get everything set up here.
If you need to, obviously that wrestling outlet takes priority. Just thought we might have been able to get this working.
Well, it's not out of the questions yet. I just have to figure out, do some troubleshooting. Jesus, you got to change his name to Kevin Costner. That's the only way he'll be happy having a draft on wrestling.
Keep me updated on what's going on, if that's possible.
Yeah, you got it.
Cool. As Carolina have taken Ted McMillan.
I think that's a correct one for me. Which now is going to put New Orleans on the clock, and that's where things get interesting.
Pardon?
I said that's going to put New Orleans on the clock, and that's where things get interesting.
Yep. Well, to be fair, New Orleans have been on the clock for a few minutes now.
Yeah. Whether I think it just meant they're the next ones up. I had them taking third, so we'll see.
I think I had them taking Ted McMillan, which obviously can't happen now.
Yeah.
If you could carry this for about a minute, I'm going to fix myself up a drink.
You got it, friend. Ooh, look at me. I'm nice and close. Let's see what we got going on. New York is up 84-75 on Detroit at 3-14 up to third. Florida's up 1-0 on Tampa Bay in third. Toronto and Ottawa tied in third. Orleans took a tackle. Interesting. I'm assuming that is Calvin Banks. I've not seen the announcement yet because my feed is fucking delayed. Bears are on the clock.
Okay, True North, I'm going to say this, and I don't want you to take it the wrong way.
Oh,
But if possible, could you not call out the picks until they're announced?
nah, I mean, if he's telling the truth, he made me happier, so I'm okay. Okay, so you remember when I said that I would say if it happened before it was time for the draft?
Yeah?
It happened before it was time to draft, and I am very happy that he is gone, and he's New Orleans' problem.
So you anyone but Calvin Banks?
Apparently, he's being slotted more so as a guard than a tackle. Apparently, he does not have like the right footwork to be a tackle, based on some of the reports I was seeing. So I guess I'm very glad that they're not going to try to force him to be a tackle.
I don't want you taking what I just said the wrong way, True North.
Some ASMR there. I can hear the last horn and everything. There it is. What you drinking?
Couple shots of Jameson with a energy drink to kind of somewhat, I guess, water it down. That would be the right term. I used to be able to do whiskey straight, but those days are behind me.
I mean, this is it. For me, it depends on what the whiskey is. Some of them I can, some of them I can't.
As the Bears pick is in.
She says, Luke, you sensitive prick. How do we disrespect her? I mean, I tend to agree with this sentiment, but
With what?
nothing. No. Now they're fighting. I should shut up, cheese.
And here comes two random bitches.
I'm assuming one of them is Ryan Coles, and that's not a nice thing to say about him. I don't always love the man, but calling him a bitch is a bit much.
No, it's two blonde bimbos.
I am assuming that those are perhaps the family of McMichael, maybe? Which would be funny yet misfortunate considering the circumstances.
I think one of them's Colleen Wolfe.
No. Okay, then they're bitches. Fuck them. Oh, yeah, no, those aren't. Oh, okay. I see them now. I have no idea who they are. Fuck the both of them. Perhaps literally. But anyways.
Schedule will be released May 14th.
You have to plug the schedule release right now. You can't just get to the fucking pick.
They're literally talking about the schedule release.
They're just giving them extended time to move. And the one in black is particularly getting on my nerves for some reason.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure the one in black is Colleen Wolfe. Who the other bitch was in the red, I have no idea.
She's doing a lot of talking with her hands and just seeming like she's excited, even though she's not excited. She's doing like a lot of tour guide energy, I would call it. Every game revealed May 14th. The Bears pick revealed 27 minutes from now. These bitches shut the fuck up. Okay, everybody's hugging and smiling. I am behind, so I've been seeing who it is yet. I'm assuming that it's Tyler Warren, but I'm not positive.
And now Goodell is talking about Steve McMichael.
Ah, boy, it's going to be a minute.
Now,
I mean,
makes sense.
RIP to him, but I don't think you could take him. I don't think it's going to work out well.
It would be funny though.
I mean, I wouldn't put it past him.
The Chicago Bears draft a guy who's been dead for about 25 years.
Which is still a marked improvement over DeAndre Swift. Jesus, Tremont is just upset because his team got double penetrated by my team and Smokes.
I see the pick, but I'm going to wait for you to react to it.
Let's see how far. I'm going to unmute my stream to see how far behind I am. Oh boy, he's still talking about Walter Payton on my feed. So, boy, are we going to be a minute. I'm going to see if I could just go ahead and fucking refresh ESPN. Oh, okay. I'm okay with that. I mean, it's a little bit interesting that they went Loveland over Warren, but I was hearing both were really good. I was hearing Loveland was a better route runner, and Warren had more so had to kind of find unique ways to get him involved. He was a little bit more of like a gadget type of player.
And Loveland's better as a pure receiving tight end. Warren's a more well-rounded tight end.
Not bad, not bad.
Any update on whether we'll be continuing past 13 minutes from now?
Give me a second here.
Well, still fuck him because he's now a division rival.
Jesus, fuck all these Michigan players. Man, it did just dawn on me that we've been here for roughly an hour and a half, and they've only done 10 picks. That is rough.
The pick for San Francisco is in. They pick 11. I'm just fixing a small issue with the ticker, so pardon me if I'm quiet at the moment. That should be okay. As it appears the Maple Leafs have took the lead against Colorado. Night one always does seem to drag on. I would talk to fill the dead air, but we're literally on commercial break at the moment, so nothing's happening.
Swans are 2 out of 1. Florida is still 1-0. That's looks like it's about to be the end. 9 seconds left. Florida's about to go up again.
Anyhow, you never really said, is there any update on if we'll be going 10 minutes from now?
Yeah, I sent a message box. I'm trying to get it figured out because it's still giving me trouble logging the address on the page, and even if I can't just refresh it, I would have to create another stream, and I would need to be logged into that page to do so.
My guess is he'd probably have to send you the two-factor authentication information, but that's just me
Yeah.
speculating.
Well, no, that is what would have to happen, but it's for whatever reason there's been difficulties getting that to work. He got hacked not too long ago, like his Facebook and shit got hacked, so that's caused a litany of unforeseen problems.
It looks like they're having a military member announce the 49ers pick. Or not, they're just having a video sent in by the military. It's Goodell, but I'm not replaying the draft sound. as Michael Williams gets his home for the next 4 years. And I don't think Cheese is too impressed at Michael Williams coming off the board.
I mean, for the 49ers, that's a pretty good addition, too. It makes the 49ers, they have a pretty good defense as it is.
100%. I'm starting to think we're probably not going to have these simulcasts, and we're probably going to be ending this stream soon. It's obviously no guarantee, but it's starting to at least appear that way.
Yeah, because I've tried a couple of different things and nothing's really working. She says they didn't expect us to get him anyway, but goddamn it, San Francisco.
If Fox was to jump in this link, he should be able to do it as well.
Now, it's kind of a pain in the ass, a little bit. Because you'd have to, I guess it would probably create two separate videos. But if you want, I could send you the link and you could join us and you could share it from your end, stream from your end.
I think I'll pass on that.
Fair enough.
Just give it a couple more minutes to see if anything comes together. And if not, we will end this stream. Hello,
I guess
Charlie.
I poked his head in.
The last three offensive linemen Dallas have taken in the first round have all been called Tyler. But yeah, I think that's all we're going to be able to get to see here tonight. Unless I try this. I've tried sending Fox the link to this studio, see if we can make it work that way. We're on commercial break at the moment, so I don't know if anything is, or at least anything of note is occurring. Shame, I thought we were going to have some Charlie action there. Hooray for dead air. But I'm assuming Smart is probably on a phone call. But honestly, if it's going to be this much of a hassle, I do think just ending it here would probably be the better option. As the Miami pick is in, but I'm not going to update the ticker as I don't expect to be live when the pick comes in. Never mind, here's the commissioner, so we'll get at least one more pick in here. It's Kenneth Grant out of Michigan. Yet another Michigan player goes inside the top 15. Well, I guess top 13. I'm just waiting for the official confirmation that we won't be able to proceed any further.
Yep. I talked things up with Isaac. We were trying to come up with different ways to get it to work, but I don't really think there is a way that we get it to work. For Cheese, if he gets off of work, I sent the link in the Tits page for our stream. So if he wants to join us there, he can.
Awesome. Later.
See you. Sorry we couldn't get that worked out though.